everyone, and welcome to another session of Faith Talk. Well, actually, the return of season 4. As you know, we ended the first half of season 4 with love and happiness and all that good stuff. And now we're back with the other half of season 4 and under the theme, God is. And so, make sure to go to our Instagram page and let us know what God is to you. Because tonight we will learn how God is definitely a restorer. He is a restorer. And we would learn from Darlene's story that God will give you that thing that was once taken away. And we understand in a story that even though she lost, she gained so much more, which was purpose. And so tonight we welcome Darlene Nixon to the couch. Welcome, Darlene.
Thank you.
How does it feel to finally be on the couch?
I am happy to be here on this couch.
I know, and to share your story.
And to share my story.
Just a little back end, Darlene is no stranger to me. Darlene and I, we went to school together.
Yeah.
We didn't graduate together, but we went to school together. And then we became very, very close in our adulthood.
Yes.
With her sister Cindy, who was a very good friend of mine. She passed away from cancer. And Darlene and I, we just connected. It was like Cindy's life was for us to really be connected. Because Darlene was saying that she never knew I was that kind of person. It was so funny. But it's so good to have Darlene as a friend and as a sister. And, even to go along the journey with Darlene of what she's about to share tonight. So, Darlene, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start talking about when it all started, because it appears as if infant loss, like you just, nothing was working out. You would get pregnant, and then you would have the kids, and then you would lose them almost kind of like the same way.
Yeah.
So take us back to how it all happened.
Okay, first of all, I was pregnant at least 6 times.
6 times?
Yes.
Wow.
6 times.
6
At
times.
the age of 17.
At the age of 17.
I got pregnant.
Right.
And I had an abortion.
Wow, you had an abortion.
Yes, I didn't want to, but the mother made me do it because he already had children at an early age.
Oh.
And then at that time, I didn't know what to do.
Yes.
And I didn't tell my mom because I was scared.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
17.
17.
Yes.
Were you
very
out
young.
of school yet?
Yes, I was out of school.
Just out of school. Okay.
Yes, I was just out of school.
Okay.
Inside, going to BBC College.
Wow.
So I was doing my prep.
Right. So
Then I
career
got
was just about to start.
Just about to start.
Yes.
And I got pregnant and I ended up having an abortion.
Right.
And then it was years later, I got pregnant again and I had a miscarriage.
Wow.
And then when I got pregnant in 2008 with Jamia, she came early.
Right.
She came early due to stress, due to the relationship I was in at the time. It was very, very stressful.
Wow.
Yes.
And so you carried her for how long?
I carried her for 24 weeks, which is the beginning of 6 months.
Right.
And where, like I told you, I was stressed out.
Yes.
I end up dilating at work.
Wow.
And I felt the pain at work and I ended up falling to the floor.
Oh,
And
wow.
when I fell to the floor, my coworker saw me in the back on the floor and he's like, "What happened?" And I said, "I'm having a lot of pain." And I was rushed to
the hospital.
the doctor's office first.
Okay.
And he checked me out and he saw where I was already 3 centimeters.
Wow.
And he said, "I have to take you. You have to go to the hospital now. We cannot wait. This baby is coming."
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my
and then
God.
and like in a few hours, like about 5 hours later, I pushed her out. She came out. But she is very, very tiny.
How much did she weigh?
She weighed 1 pound 9 ounces. She was my smallest baby.
She was the smallest baby.
She was the smallest baby.
And how long did she survive?
She survived for 3 months. But she had a platelet issue because I was anemic. At that time during my pregnancy, I didn't take no trihemic.
Ah.
You understand? The doctor then didn't pick that up.
Right.
So she had platelets issues and she had to get a lot of blood transfusion.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's wow.
And they couldn't get the blood from me because my blood was too low.
Wow.
And so she never made it home out of the NICU.
Never made it home. So about how old were you at the time?
I was 25.
And how did it feel? I mean, back and forth to the hospital, 3 months. Your baby is just in the NICU.
Every time I left the hospital, I cried. And
Wow.
I cried even more when I saw other babies going home.
Other babies going home. It's
Yes.
so emotional.
Very emotional.
Wow. But I mean, like, what were you thinking? Like, what was your comfort at the time with Jamia? What comforted you?
I had spiritual persons who were comforting me,
Yes.
but I wasn't saved.
Okay.
I wasn't saved at the time. And so, like, even though they was trying to tell me, okay, read
It
your
was kind of
Bible,
going
read,
in one
let's go-
ear and going out the
right,
next because you're
right.
trying to battle with, okay,
Yes.
that's my baby.
Yes.
And, oh, wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
So what was the father at the time? How was it with him?
Well, we didn't have
Dealing-
a relationship during the time that she was in the NICU.
Mm.
You understand? He came and he saw her once and he never came back.
Wow.
So it was a struggle. It was a battle for me as the only person going to see her.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So let's talk about this, Darlene. I've never seen this one, but this is Jamia. I don't know if, Christoph, we could scan in, but we're probably it's gonna appear on the screen anyway. Jamia Destiny Tonique Sands.
Yes.
She was born on February 13th, 2008, and she passed away June 12th, 2008.
Yes.
How did it feel preparing? You know, they said parents, you know, are not supposed to bury their children. And even
Right.
at this tender age, how did it feel sitting there and dealing with all of this?
I lost a lot of weight.
Wow.
That I was praying and I'm telling God, I said, let all of our sickness come on me. Let me bear that pain.
Oh, my.
But he had better in store for me.
Yes.
Because I'm still here.
Yes.
Even though she has left. And preparing for her funeral it wasn't too hard because the guy that I had the baby for, his mother stepped in greatly and she helped me. She paid for the entire funeral.
Wow.
The only thing I had to do, the only thing I had to get ready was myself. I didn't have to pay for nothing else.
Amazing.
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 She was very supportive.
Wow. And Jamia is so beautiful. I mean, darling, she's so big.
Yes.
she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. But she's passed on and, oh, my. Do you think about her?
All the time. Even when I look at Ava, because Ava's my second daughter,
Yes.
and I think about Jamia, she has a piece of my heart.
Oh, she always will. This
Yeah.
is so, oh my, it's just, wow. So, Darlene, life after Jamia now became what? Life after Jamia. I mean, you lost a child now. Let's talk about getting back to self and building yourself back up.
Getting back to self, the first thing I told God after I lost Jamia, the next time I'm going to get pregnant will be for my husband.
Yes.
For my future husband.
Yes.
At that time, I don't know who he's going to be.
Right.
But that was my prayer to God.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I dated after a while, but I didn't get into anything serious to try to get pregnant
Right,
again because I had to make sure that
You've
person
already
was
made that commitment.
Right, I
Yes.
already made that commitment.
Yes.
So what I did, I went to college. I went back to BBC.
Yes.
And I got my associate's degree. I graduated in 2013.
Uh-huh.
And then at the same time, that's when I met my husband.
Yes.
Because we worked at the same company.
Yes.
And we started dating from there.
Wow. I want to take you back just a little bit for someone that may be watching and contemplating abortion.
Right.
How did that feel and how did you feel after doing it? I mean,
I-
looking back now, I mean, in your head, I was talking with someone today and they were like, you know, you really don't be thinking at the time.
Right.
But it's so painful now.
Yes.
How did you feel and what was the thoughts going through your head?
Going through my head. I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it, but I wasn't working. All of that I had to thought about, okay, you're not working. He already has 2 kids. How are you going to support this child?
Wow.
You understand? To put my mommy was already taking care of 3 girls, on her own.
Right.
So
right.
it would have been rough for her, for me to bring a baby at a young age. That would have been really rough.
Oh my God.
And I wouldn't advise nobody to have an abortion.
Yes.
Me being young, I didn't thought of it like how I think of it now.
Yes.
You understand? A baby heart starts to beat at 4 weeks.
You're right.
I was a month when I had that.
Oh.
And I learned that afterwards.
Wow. Wow. That's becoming a really huge topic.
Yes.
I think that people are doing it because if you get pregnant and it happens out of wedlock or if it happens and you're too young, you just got to do it because it's still a life.
Right.
It's still a life, you know what I mean? And I was kind of reading up in the Bible. I don't really see much talks about it, but it talks about bloodshed and
Yes.
the fact that it's a baby, it's still
Yes.
life.
Yes, it's still
And we
life.
don't have right to take it away.
Right.
And so,
right.
you know, so I don't urge people to have abortions or anything like that.
Yes.
So life now, after, you know, you met your husband and all of that stuff, and so you didn't have a baby yet, or you didn't get pregnant right away. You dated your husband for a while,
Yeah.
and then you got married, etc.
Yes.
You got pregnant with Dylan. Let's
Yes.
just rush straight into that, because I know that's something tragic, and I know it's going to bring back something to you, Darlene. Something happened even while you were carrying Dylan. You lost your father,
Yes.
and he was not able. It's like death was just hitting you left, right, and center.
Left.
But before your father, Cindy died.
Yes.
Wow. So death just kept hitting you.
Yes. it
And
kept
then your
hitting me.
father was not able to see you get married,
Right.
pregnant, or
Yes,
anything
yes,
like that. Talk to
yes.
me about losing your father. And you were pregnant.
Yes, I
with
was pregnant
Dylan.
with Dylan. And that week that I was coming to Nassau was the same week I was going to tell him, to let him know that that I'm expecting a child, and he's going
Wow.
to expect another grandbaby.
And he died suddenly.
Yes, from a heart attack.
Oh
Massive heart attack.
Oh my God. What did that do to you? I mean, state of mind, Darlene, you know, you lost your Mia, you're pregnant again, and all things were going good with your pregnancy. We're going to get into that too, but your father now passed away. How did that feel?
That felt, oh my goodness, that really did something to me. But I had to remember that I was carrying a child.
Yes.
When my mom didn't call me, my boss at the time called me, and she's like, I just want to give you, she said, how you feeling? I said, I'm okay. She said, you sure? I said, yes, I'm okay. Not knowing what she was talking about. So my husband took the phone away from me, and he hung up the phone. So I said, why did you do that? Because my mommy had already called him and let him know, and told him not to tell me that my daddy had passed.
Wow.
But when I found out, I said, when I asked him why he hung up the phone, and he told me, he said, your daddy had passed away. And I sat reading hard, like I just got shortness of breath, because I couldn't believe it.
Yes.
And they say, oh, you have to, she tried to calm me down. They say, you have to take your time. You got to remember you're pregnant, you're carrying a child. But that really did something to me, because my daddy know what I went through when I lost Jamia.
Yes.
You
yes.
understand? So
wow.
he would have been happy, very happy.
And a grandson.
Yes, and a grandson at that.
Wow. Wow. So, Darlene, let's talk about it, because I'm well aware of some of your story. Dylan now, you're pregnant with Dylan, and I know that you were admitted. It was very rough. You did not, were not able to carry without being hospitalized with Dylan, correct?
Right.
Talk about that journey.
Okay, before, let's go back.
Yes.
After I lost Jamia,
correct.
a few years later, I did my annual, I had a pap smear done. My pap smear came back abnormal. And my gynecologist at the time, she was like, you have to come in, we need to do check your cervix.
Yes.
And when the results came back, it showed that I had abnormal cells on my cervix, meaning it could have led to cervical cancer
right.
if they didn't take me into surgery
right.
the following day right away, because it's already at stage 3, not stage 2, sorry.
Wow.
And so when she explained the procedure to me, that they have to cut my cervix, she said, now when you do get pregnant, you will have to get stitched. I didn't understand it. I still didn't understand the stitch them, because I still didn't think of any pregnancy at the time.
Right.
I just was dating.
Right.
So when I did get pregnant with Dylan, I remember what that doctor had told me. And I contacted Dr. Carol, because she was referred to me by a friend.
Okay.
And I let her know everything that I was going through and what happened. And she told me, okay, you will have to get stitched at 13 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
So you got stitched, but you still was unable to work, and you still had to go on bed rest.
Yes.
When did that take place?
That took place, I got stitched March 15 of 2016, and I went on bed rest right afterwards.
Now let's talk about it, Darlene, because I don't remember coming to see you, but I know that your legs had to be elevated, and you were very uncomfortable, and you talked about having to be not being able to do anything for yourself because you have to be so careful.
Yes.
Talk to us about it, and like, how did you survive all of this? I mean, all of, and then you carried him, and then, you know, but talk to us, the hospitalization and just life itself.
Okay, I'm going to get to the hospitalization part. But before I got pregnant with Dylan, um, the, in 2015, after I got married, the pressure was on for me to have a child. And I was like telling him, okay, let's enjoy marriage first before we get to having a child.
Yes.
And you know, as husband and wife, you will have unprotected sex, whatever, and I was not getting pregnant.
Right.
So he wanted to know what was going on.
Right.
So I went to a well-known doctor, and he was telling me, oh, well, you'll have to go on Clomid. He said, I don't see you getting pregnant on your own because you are PCOS. So I said, what is PCOS? He said, polycystic ovary syndrome. That's where you have cysts on your ovaries. And right now, we see 17 cysts on one of your ovaries. 17 cysts.
Wow.
So I said, okay, can they come off? He said, if they come off, you won't be able to have any children.
Wow.
That's what I was told.
Wow.
You won't be able to have any children unless you do it through IVF.
That's new. I've never heard that one. I mean, I've heard about PCOS, but you know how I feel, Darlene, about all of these things. It's from the devil.
Yes.
I just don't believe in anything. The fibroids, I just believe the devil just set, because he doesn't want reproduction.
Right.
So anything that he could do to, and you know, I never, listen, I love my doctor. I love my gynecologist, but I always say to him straight up, it's what the doctor say.
Yes.
I mean, it's what God says,
Yes.
not you. I'm so sorry, no offense.
Right.
But that's just my thing.
Yeah.
You know, because you buy into these things, and I believe that when you buy into what is being said to you, then your body starts to reproduce exactly what you are receiving.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. So the PCOS really affected me. It gave me a lot of facial hair, abnormal hormones, and even when he prescribed the Clomid for me and told me how to take it, I felt faintish. Every time I took it, I felt like I was going to pass out. So
It is a fertility drug.
So I stopped it.
Yes.
And then after a while, I said, you know what? I'm just going to switch doctors and find somebody who deals with women with PCOS.
Yes.
And that's when I was referred to Dr. Pamela Carroll.
Wow.
Yes.
And she was able to.
And she was able to assist me, and I tell her everything about the lead procedures and how I was on the Clomid and how I was told that if I don't get pregnant with the Clomid, I'll have to do IVF and all that stuff. And she's like, no, man, no.
Oh, that was a woman of faith right there.
That's the woman of faith.
Yes.
She said, no, that's not going to happen. But let me tell you what happened when I went there.
What happened?
When I went, after I told her everything, she said, okay, let me just check your cervix. I went into the room, She checked my cervix with the scan, not with the belly scan, the vaginal, vaginal scan. And she saw a seed. She said, you are pregnant.
What?
That's
how it happened?
Yes.
Oh my God.
She said, did you pee on the stick before you came? I said, no. She said, please go in the bathroom. When I went in the bathroom and I peed on that stick, the two lines came up.
Oh my God.
I did not know.
And this was Dylan.
This was with Dylan. I did not know I was pregnant.
Because you say you wasn't trying.
I wasn't
Well, not
trying.
at the time. You were saying you was going to enjoy the marriage,
That's right. Yes.
Wow.
Oh my God. I was so shocked. So I got on the phone. I called my husband. I say, I'm pregnant. He's like, really?
Wow. Amazing,
said,
Darlene.
yes.
I didn't know. Like, I don't recall. Wow.
He said, you just been to the other doctor the other day. They said you're not
But
pregnant.
you see what I mean? Like,
No.
you see what I mean? Oh my God.
Look at God.
That was God.
Yes.
So Dylan, let's talk about, because I want women and people who are watching to understand your journey, because I don't know if you were hospitalized with Jamia.
No, I wasn't.
That was normal. I think
Yes,
you told
I
me that
pushed
before.
her.
You went straight out with
Yeah.
Jamia, very normal, no hospitalization.
No.
But Dylan came, and then you had to be hospitalized,
Yes.
legs up, very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Talk to us about that. I mean, your life wasn't your no more.
Right. In that year of 2016, I rededicated my life to Christ.
Yes.
And I said, Lord, I just want to be totally committed to you with my life. And so when I got hospitalized with Dylan, what happened was my cervix started to funnel. It started to open up inside, even though I had the stitch. So I had to get admitted to the hospital, get admitted inside hospital until it was time for me to deliver.
Wow.
And Dylan was not due until November 11th. And I got admitted in the hospital in June 19th of 2016.
And how many months that is? Counting. How many months?
From,
From June to November.
that's
five
like
months.
5 months.
You've been in there long.
But I didn't stay till November. Dylan came early.
That's right. He
Yes.
came early.
Yeah.
So talk to us about, I know that during your hospital stay with Dylan, I was pregnant with Skylar
yes.
the same time.
Yes.
And that was a journey, darling, because,
Yes.
you know, at that moment, I could still remember us praying together,
Yes. And
talking,
Yes.
and believing, you know,
Yes.
for
And-
Dylan, because I was going through,
True,
and
right.
you were in the hospital, but I was out.
Yeah.
But I was, you know, really uncomfortable, but I was out. And we prayed so much. And one of the things I wanted is, I just, it felt like Dylan was my child at the time, because here it is, I was pregnant. And then I remember it was a season when the Lord was like, you know, now I had to release you because, you know, I'm about to give birth very shortly.
Right.
And, you know, she's still there. Let's talk about your journey in the hospital. Like, what sustained you? What kept you going?
My journey in the hospital, when I found out that I had to be on complete bed rest, whereas I could not come out of the bed, my head had to be down and my legs elevated. That was an uncomfortable position.
I know that.
The only thing I could do was turn from the left to the right, left to the right. I had people to come bathe me off, do everything for me. And that was something I was not used to.
I know.
It even came to a point where, like, it was getting to me, and I heard the enemy's voice. The enemy talked to me and say, you know what, checking for you. So you might as well take the sheet and kill yourself, hang yourself out the bed.
Wow.
And I started to cry, and I called the nurses, and this nurse came and she prayed me. And ever since I told her that, she was coming to me and in my room to pray, to sustain me. And I had my Bible there, I read or was up, but the enemy was fighting me in my mind.
Because it wanted to bring back to you Jamia, and it wanted to
Yes.
bring back to you that this was not gonna, you know, that what you were told, you know,
Yes.
you're never gonna. Oh my God, Darlene.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It
Let's
was
get
the
to
Lord.
that moment, because I don't remember when I spoke to you, but leading up to the time now that Dylan was about to come in the world.
Yes.
Because honestly, you made it across the, you took him for, he went further than Jamia.
Yes, he went further than Jamia. He
Yes.
came at 27 weeks. He was my biggest baby. He born 2 pounds 4 ounces. Yes, he was the biggest baby of all three.
Wow. And when he came, what did the doctors say? Like, what did they say? Like, his chances of life and, you know.
But he didn't born sick. So he was doing good. He was actually doing good until like the second week that he was in the NICU. He just started to go down. He wasn't looking at himself, and I could have seen that. And I started to. They told me not to cry around his incubator because they say the babies feel what the mothers feel.
That's powerful.
And I couldn't hold it back because I didn't like how he was looking.
But Darlene, think about it now. You have now flashbacks of what you've been through before. You're now making all of these runs back up to the hospital. The same thing is happening. The same trend of losing a baby is happening to you all over again.
Right.
How long did you have to be up and down, back and forth?
Well, for that part, let's go back to when I had to learn how to walk.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Being
that.
laid up in that bed
Yes,
for 2
Darlene.
months. It was
Yes.
a struggle for me.
Yes.
When it's time for me, after I had Dylan, I had to learn how to walk again. I cried when they lifted me out of the bed. They put me on the floor. My legs was like jelly. So it was like shaking.
I
So, and they had
remember
to
that.
hold me up.
Oh, my God.
And when I tell you, I cried, I hollered, and I screamed, and I know I interrupted the people in the other rooms on that private ward.
Oh, my God.
And and every day I had to walk the hallway slowly in order to gain my strength.
So let me ask you, Darlene, where do you think God was in all of this? What was going through your mind as it relates to God? Now, God, I am serving you, and now look, this now is happening to me. When I wasn't serving you, okay, but now I'm serving you, and look what is happening to me. How did you feel at that point?
I didn't feel anything like to say that God is punishing me or anything.
Right.
I still felt good, despite of what I was going through. I felt as though like I was being put through a test.
Yes.
So I didn't turn my back on God, or didn't feel like He failed me or anything.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I thought about Sarah, and I thought about Hannah, and I thought
Yes.
about like a lot of things, like a lot of because I started studying the Word, and
That's right.
where you was giving me scriptures with
Yes.
Psalms 37,
Yes.
Psalms 27,
Yes.
Psalms 91, like all of
Yes.
that was just playing in my head. Despite of what I was going
right.
through,
That's
I
right.
still kept the faith.
Yes.
So
Wow.
it didn't change my outlook on God. He's God. He
He
knows
is
all.
all things.
He knows all things.
Oh my God. Darlene, what would you say to a mother or someone that may be watching right now who has went through this same thing? They may not have lost 2 children, they may have lost 1, but is nowhere near recovery.
Right.
Because for some people, they never recover. And I mean, if people look at you, Darlene, you just so happy. It doesn't appear as if you went through none of this.
Right.
I mean, what would you say to these people? Because we were talking before the show.
Right.
I don't even know why I came to that funeral of this little boy.
Yeah.
Just giving birth myself.
Right.
Knowing that we journey together.
Yes.
I have a child and you don't. There was an emptiness. There was something. It just didn't feel right.
Right.
I think the entire funeral I wept. Like I could not keep my composure.
Yeah.
But you laid right there and you just sat right there, and I was like, who could give this woman all this strength? And I remember telling the girls, I was like, only God could have done this, because I can't see myself sitting. This is not normal.
Right.
And I even remember the pastor prophesying about, new birth again.
Yes.
I remember that so clear.
Yes.
And that was the only time that I really felt some type of revival
Right.
at that funeral, because I was like, okay, this is faith and this is hope.
Yes.
Because I was dealing with postpartum. So I really was not in my right mind. And
Right.
I came there, and I only God, darling. And to see the little coffin just go down in the ground, how did that feel? Like, just you sitting there, and that is it. You won't see your baby anymore. It's not your first time, but now it is a time that you committed.
Yes.
You're now married,
Yeah.
and you're watching this child go down into the ground. Talk about the emotions. You sat
My
there.
emotions. After he passed away, after I got that call,
Wow.
I got a call, and they say, Miss Sands, you coming to the hospital? I said, yes, I'm on my way. So I came. I didn't thought of nothing.
Right.
I didn't think of anything. So I sat in the waiting area, and I saw other mothers sat in the area, same as me, who child's incubator was in the same port as Dylan.
Yes.
And they called me one. So when I go on inside, they tell me to wash up. I thinking now I'm going to my son's incubator, not knowing they's gonna call me in the little room to let me know that he passed away. But when they call me in the little room, I already broke down and started crying, because I already washed up to go to where his incubator is. That's the routine. When you get into the NICU, you wash up and you go to your child's incubator. And that just did something to me, and I asked God why. I said, Lord, I'm married now. I said, I'm living the right way that you want me to. I said, what now? What happened? I needed some revelation. I needed some explanation as to why my son died. That tore me apart. And at the funeral, when he was going down, all I was saying in my head, I'm not having no more.
Yes.
I'm not going through this no more. I say I already lose 2. I'm not going through this no more. I don't want no more children. I don't want to see nothing but no babies. I don't want to hear about no babies. I don't want to talk about no babies. I don't want to do it anymore.
The pain, and just
The
so
pain.
much death all around you.
Yes.
The pain. But this is where I wanted you to get, because I want, someone may be watching, like I said, who has not yet recovered. So I want you to be able to minister to that mother that has not recovered from infant loss,
Right.
and do not even know where to begin.
Right.
You know, life is in shambles. Probably
Right.
marriage is on the rocks, and
Right.
sometimes that happens because they're not keeping them, and so it causes a whole. It's a damage to the relationship,
Right.
and you start to doubt your body,
Right.
yourself.
Yes.
What would you say to that mother?
What I'll say to that mother is talk about it. And if you have to cry it out, because holding it in
Yes.
will only make it worse. Talk to somebody.
Yes.
Even if you have to seek counseling, self-counseling, do that. That's the only way you could get all of your emotions out.
Yes.
Somebody's waiting to hear your story.
You're right.
Even if you're going through.
No, you're right.
Somebody is waiting to hear your story because they don't want to feel alone.
That's it.
So that's why I didn't have a problem coming to share my story.
That's it.
So somebody else to know that they are not alone.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then to look at you, and then to follow your page, and to see that, this is it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is it. I may have lost, but now look at me.
Yes.
Wow, darling, you are so strong. But now, you're mine now. You don't want any more children, but you have a miracle now, though.
Yes.
You have baby Ava.
Yes.
Let's talk about
That.
leading up to that.
Yes.
Yes, this is the good part.
Yes, yes. Leading up to Ava. It started from after Dylan died. I told my husband, I don't want no more children. He said to me, you cannot be like that. You're not the only one in this
In
marriage.
the relationship, that's right.
Right, in the relationship.
That's right.
So he said, what happened to your faith? And you're supposed to be a woman of God?
That's right.
So that did something to me
Take
because
that.
I went on contraceptives and I made sure I told my doctor that I don't want to have another baby.
Wow.
And so it bothered me, that him telling me, what happened to your faith? Me who was a believer,
That's right.
he telling me what happened
That's
to my faith.
right.
And I was like, okay, God. You lead him to tell me that. I say, okay,
That's
God.
right.
I said, if it's your will for me to become a mother again, I said, I will get pregnant and this pregnancy will be different.
Amen.
I said, you did it for Hannah.
That's
I
right.
said, you did it for Sarah at the age of 90.
That's
I
right.
said, I'm sure you could do it
Do it
for me.
Amen.
Yeah, so even after that, I remember the scripture you gave me, Mark
Yes.
11 and 24.
Yes.
Whatever you ask when you pray and you believe, it
Yes.
shall be done.
That's right.
So I prayed to God and I asked him to bless my wombs
Yes.
and for this one to live.
Yes.
The Holy Spirit spoke to me and told me, okay, this one will live. But this pregnancy is going to be different. You cannot tell everybody.
That's right.
This have to be.
Has to be different.
Different.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you were excited the other times, but there are a lot of people you cannot trust.
That's right. That's right.
You don't know who's fighting against you.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
My
And I
Lord.
believe that secret, it's not that you're hiding. It's like, I went through the same thing where I literally hid myself from everyone.
Right.
No one knew that I was pregnant, not even my closest friends.
Right.
And when they found out, they were kind of puzzled as to what happened, Kiki. But it wasn't that. It was just that the Lord was like, okay, Kiki, I just want you to be right here.
Yes.
I had intention to tell them because
Right.
we have our little group.
Yes.
But it was just a time set for it. And I believe that, after we went through so much, I was not prepared to put this innocent child.
Right.
Because here it is now, the attack will now be upon the womb and
Right.
not me. That child is vulnerable.
Yes.
I could not expose the baby.
Right.
And I think that people did not know that we had a baby until she was about one. I think one.
Yeah.
Till Skylar was about one.
Wow.
Or I was 7 months. No, 7 months. And news started to get out there. But
Okay.
I felt like I was already crossed the bridge.
Yes.
But I urge everyone, when I see them pregnant, I tell them, just thread
Yes.
very
Lord.
quietly.
Yes, because even so, the Bible talk about Elizabeth. Elizabeth hid for 5 months when she was pregnant.
That's right.
And so that's the protective part of your pregnancy,
Yes.
the first trimester.
Yes. And even my
No.
doctor was saying, don't tell anybody. Like, don't tell anybody now. And it's not that I did not have faith that it would live. I just was not prepared to take that battle on.
Right.
That's a fight.
Yes, it is a fight.
But so people post the innocent, the screens of the scans
The
and all that
scans.
stuff. But here it is. You are now setting your baby up for a fight.
Right. Yes.
Oh my God.
The enemy's out to kill, steal, and destroy, and
And
it's starting with in the womb.
because the enemy does not want reproduction.
Yes.
And so that's why, I talked about it before, you see so much of probably the same kind because they can't reproduce.
Yes.
And that's why I always go back to Noah's day. God said, take one of each animal into one male, one
A
female.
female.
And the reason why is because God knows he wanted reproduction. He wanted
Yes.
to fill the earth again.
Yes.
Wow. So now no one knew that you were pregnant with Ava, and you went on your journey with her. So who was the first person that you told? Like besides, I think, well, me or I don't know, but who was the first person that you told?
Okay. My husband knew that I was pregnant before
Yes.
me.
Wow.
Yes. He knew that I was pregnant before myself. With Dylan, I was very sick in my pregnancy after I found out. But with Ava, I got pregnant with Ava in August 2017. And he was like, oh, go to the, you putting on weight. And I craving for cheeseburger. And he's like, I think you're pregnant. So I said, no, I'm not. I said,
He
"I don't
wanted
think-"
cheeseburger.
Yes, he wanted cheeseburger.
Right.
He was having the cravings. And he's
Right.
like, oh, I craving cheeseburger. I think we need to go get a pregnancy test. And it wasn't until 2 weeks later, I said, you know what? My period didn't come down. I said, let me go get a test.
And there it was.
And I went and I get a test and I went to him. I said, you were right. So I showed him the pregnancy test. He said, what the 2 lines mean? I said, I'm pregnant.
Wow.
Yes.
And Ava, and he wanted a girl, you told me.
Yes, he wanted a girl.
Oh my God. And he got a girl.
So yeah, and at this point, the sex didn't matter.
No. It was about health.
The
and it was
sex
about
didn't
life.
matter.
Yes.
Right, it was about life. And then when I told you, I remember you telling me, Darlene, this baby is sacred. You have to protect yourself by not telling everybody
That's right.
what's not.
That's
I
right.
remember clearly when you saw me when I came in the PTC yard. I knew
Yes.
that God showed you that I was pregnant.
Yes. Like there was no, I just was like, you pregnant? And
Yeah.
it had to be God because you were not like, and the thing about it is what I saw at the time, and this is what I was telling you, it was like exposure without you wanting to be exposed.
Right.
Because here it was, your tummy could have just been full of food,
Food,
but
right.
it appeared as if you were bloated.
Yes.
And then you were so early on.
Yes.
So that kind of swung my head, and when I drove off, I was like, okay, this is not normal.
Right.
The enemy is trying to expose this woman before it is time for her to expose herself.
Right.
And wow, how was it after that? Because I know that people were asking you probably.
Yes, people were asking me if I were pregnant, and I would just smile. I didn't want it to just go out there, even at work. And people were so insensitive because they already know that I lost 2 babies.
Yes.
They were insensitive with their comment to me, and they would look at me, this in the workplace. I haven't stopped working yet. I didn't get my stitches yet.
Yes.
So they're like, why would you go put yourself back through that, knowing that you have lost 2 already?
But you married. And you can try as much as you can.
And then I had people tell me, say, when Dylan died, I had people told me, like, said, if you want, I could have a child for you.
What? Why? That's very insensitive.
They asked me if I'm going to do adoption, all this while I'm grieving. Why would you want to say these things to me, to a person who's grieving?
Yes.
So
yes.
I felt that those were insensitive.
People do that, even
Yeah.
even with infertility.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I never ask a person when you having a baby, because you don't know if that person is battling.
Right. You don't know.
And so, I learned that, and a lot of people are hurt by that.
Yes.
You just never know. So sometimes you just leave. If you don't see it, you just leave
it.
it.
Right.
Because the comments really, really, they do hurt.
Yes.
And that's how I felt too when I first got in when the marriage with Freddie. I mean, when I was faced with the situation, I was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now, Jesus? Because now people are gonna start saying, where's the baby? Where's this? But my mind was totally blocked against that.
Yes.
I mean, I was just blocked away,
Yeah, I even had someone told me and came to me and said, 3 strikes and you're out. So I said, what does that supposed to mean? I said, that 3 strikes and you're out is only for sports, not for a child.
Wow.
And when those negative comments came, I ended up crying. And like I was like, God, why are these people so insensitive?
Because
They
it wanted
saying
to
these
put you
things to
back
me.
into that same arena again of grief and all of that stuff. But one of the things, darling, that God did was so strategic. He not only did, you know, I told you this. I believe that God hospitalized you with Ava for protection.
Yes.
I honestly do.
And even with her pregnancy with Ava, I wasn't even stressed like how I was.
No, you wasn't. I think
And-
you carried very well.
Yeah, I started dilating at 18 weeks, and I ended up in the hospital on January 12th of 2018.
Uh-huh.
And even though I know I had to go back to the same position as I was with Dylan, like, I didn't cry.
I think
I-
you
I-
were
I-
at a place of peace,
Please,
though,
yes,
darling, because you
I
already asked
know,
God.
yes.
You already
And-
told
and
him.
he already
And
confirmed
he
to me
already
that
told
this
you.
one is going to live.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That voice was so clear.
And see, that's what mattered.
Yes.
There was no guesstimation. You
Right.
knew what was going to take place.
Yes.
So you were in a happier place. Even
Yes.
when we spoke, your spirit was always, it was always high. There was no
Yes.
time of downfall. I think there was one time you had a shortcut when you saw some blood. And I said,
yes.
darling, please just go to it's nothing wrong. Just
Yes.
please go. Because that is what I saw it as the enemy just trying to take you back again
Yes.
and make you believe.
Right.
False pretense that
Yes.
something is happening. Pregnant
Right.
women bleed.
Yes.
Some women, I saw my health with my first daughter for 3 months. Heavy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just false pretense,
Yeah.
you know. But Ava came,
Yes.
and Darlene, the first picture, I hope we could flash that across the screen when it comes on, but the first picture I saw of Ava, she was in a praying position,
Yes.
very strong in the incubator,
Yes.
as if I am gonna live.
Yeah.
Tell me about that when you saw that, because the other kids were just laying there.
Yeah.
But Ava was not laying down
Ava
at
was strong
all.
when she came out.
And she was the smallest?
She was Jamia was the smallest.
Jamia.
Ava came at 1 pound 13 ounce.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Wow, Darlene.
Yes.
Wow.
And she
but her
came-
first image, we must let the people see. She was praying.
Yes. She had it like this.
And I remember saying,
I
Darlene, oh
said
my
it.
God, that little girl, she's praying.
Yes.
So what has Ava done for you, Darlene?
Oh, child. Changed my life.
I
Totally.
know.
She has brought me so much joy, all because of God. I mean, like, even from her being an incubator, I would sing. He's got the whole world.
Yes.
Jesus loves the little children.
Yes.
I'll read storybooks to her.
Yes.
I'll repeat John 3 and 16 to her, even to
Even
now.
now, yes.
And when I do that, she know that.
She knows it.
And she goes
I want
and
you
love-
to believe
Yes,
that.
she knows that.
You, I think like how I saw, you gave her a right to live.
Yes.
You know, with the other kids, you were just going up there and just changing up, washing up. I think it's the tummy time, not tummy time, skin to skin.
But guess what? I didn't really get to do a lot of skin to skin with those ones as much as I did with Ava.
Because she was coming to, oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
But today, Darlene, what did you see the purpose in the kids? Why they came and they left?
I got my revelations.
And what was the purpose? What was the revelation to why they came and they left?
They came to draw me closer to God.
Amen.
That's why.
Amen.
Yes.
Because,
God had a purpose for my life.
yes, because Jamia, there was no God.
Right.
Dylan, I just rededicated.
Yeah.
Ava, I was fully dedicated.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know I lost some friends during the pregnancy of Ava because I did not expose my pregnancy?
I believe you. I'm telling you,
And-
it was the same way with me with family. I know, because people were like, aren't we good enough? It's not that you're not good enough. It's just that I'm in a secret place.
Nice, yes. And I felt as though they should have understood that, okay, she lost two. There's probably a reason why she didn't tell me. But they never came to find out. So they
Yes.
just dropped me like a hot ball.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Because now you're here, you're happy.
I'm happy.
You have joy
I
again.
have joy.
Oh
Yes.
my God, you have 2 angel babies
Yes.
that are looking down and protecting their little sister.
Yes.
It's amazing. They entered heaven anyway.
Yes.
A place where we desire to go.
Yes.
Wow, Darlene. But before we close, is there anything that you would like to say to the audience on tonight, I mean, one of the things, and I want to mention this because now we're on YouTube, you didn't get that interactive session tonight where the viewers would have been asking you questions because there is so much more that they could have purged out of you. And so we're just free speaking right now. But in it all, like I said before we came on, it is a plan. It is God's plan, and we don't regret. We don't say we're not sorry.
Right.
We know that the people will stream and they will watch this.
Yes.
And of course, they'll probably write their comments or reach out to you if they have more questions. But what is something that you would like to leave with the viewers, people that are watching this session? It's powerful. It was not long, but it was powerful because I want people to understand that you lost.
Yes.
You lost, and you went through not just your kids, but your sister, your father. It was like death was hitting you all over the place.
I had 3 deaths in 1 year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about.
1 year.
But you stand as if, after everything, Darlene, you just was smiling as if nothing. I told you, that's when I realized how strong a woman could be.
Yeah.
But that's when I knew how strong, how much strength God will give an individual. Because I'm telling you, you know, that literally almost killed me in that graveyard.
Yes.
You know, I kept saying I should not have came. I should not have. I don't know why I came. But that there taught me a lesson. That, you know, God is a God that will give you strength like no other. Like strength like no other.
Oh.
And that's what he did for you,
Yes,
darling.
that's what he did for me.
And so many people has received strength and has been inspired by you, because I could tell you, I remember someone would have submitted your name to the show, and I said to them that, you know, she's already coming on, because, you know, after you had Ava, we would have spoken, and I said, you know, Darlene, one day you gotta come, we can share this story. You remember?
It was before Ava.
It was before Ava.
Yes. I wasn't even pregnant with Dylan, you know. You told me, said, I'm seeing you on my show.
Oh my God, I don't remember.
Yes.
Wow.
I had just get pregnant with Dylan. You said, I see you on my couch.
Oh my
You
God.
said the Holy Spirit showed me on my couch, but you just didn't tell me when.
Oh my God.
I look at it there.
Well, it's happening today.
Happening
See,
today.
it's timing.
It's timing.
Because you have to have a story.
Yes.
See, like I say, you know, it's all well and good to have a happy ending, but people need to hear how you got there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then it's okay to have a story, but then what is it in the story to empower me or to motivate me?
Yes.
And so now, this is something.
Right.
So its timing is everything. And I think right now is, in fact, the right time.
Yes.
But what would you, before you, go ahead.
God's put us through a test in order to have a testimony.
Of course.
A mess to have a message.
Amen.
Yes.
No, you're right.
So that's how I look at my life.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I just want to encourage people, you know, not to give up hope.
Yes.
Not to be fair. He ain't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, of
Love,
love, and of a sound mind.
Yes.
You know, and all that I had to find by reading the Word, talking to God more often than I usually used to do.
Yeah.
I found myself in His presence.
Yeah.
It's only with Him. It's only because of Him I am here. It's only because of Him I have Ava.
You're right.
Yes.
Darlene, such a beautiful little girl.
Yes.
And Ava has celebrated her first birthday.
Yes.
And I want everyone to know the miracle. Ava came very early as well.
Yeah, she came at 26 weeks.
Yes. Ava was supposed to come which month?
June 15th.
June 15th. And I was plotting for that because I wanted Ava to be a June baby. But we
Yes.
know that the Lord knows all things.
Yes.
And we know that the Lord wanted to be one up on the enemy.
Yeah.
And he did that. He caught him off guard
Yeah.
because Ava just came.
Yes.
And that was amazing. But she celebrated.
Yeah, she came at 26 weeks.
Yes. Ava was supposed to. She smiles at everything.
Everything and with everybody. Yes.
Oh my God. We want to show Ava off. Could y'all bring Ava to the couch? We want to show everyone the miracle. Here is Ava. Welcome Ava to the couch. Ava. See, there it go. There it go. Ava, smile for the camera. Smile for the camera, Ava. Smile. Yay. This is Ava, everyone. Oh my God. You wanna let's take this off. Let them see your pretty out. Oh my God. Look at Ava. Ava, welcome to the couch. Welcome to Faith Talk. Welcome, Ava. Oh my God. This is a miracle.
Yes, she is.
This is a miracle. Darlene, when you hold her, for me, every time I hold Skylar, I always say, God, you did this for me.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the same thing that you do.
I literally,
But yes,
every day thank God for Ava.
I am telling you, and I thank God for both of my daughters,
Yes.
okay? But Naj came in this world naturally. I conceived her.
Right.
But Skylar, it was 1 year of just working and just praying and just pushing and just believing God, despite whatever. And so every time I look at her, I said, only God could have done this.
Yes.
Because usually with IVF, it does not always happen on the first go.
Right.
You would find yourself threading and go in there broke.
Right.
But I told the doctor, I remember, I said, I got one shot at this, doc, and I coming out with a baby.
Yeah.
I stood on faith. So every time I hold Skylar, I kiss her. I said, you're my miracle. I'm so blessed. Till now, Skylar says to me, Mommy, you are blessed.
Wow.
Yes. And so, this is amazing, and this is all God. So for anyone watching and you see baby Ava, this is a miracle. Yeah. Born at 1 pound, 13 ounces, and was a prayer warrior from birth. Yes. And we're going to make sure I flash that across the screen when you'll see it. In the incubator, Ava knew that she came to live.
Yes.
Oh my God. What is the sweetest memory of Ava? Darlene. Oh, Ava. Here's Skylar. Everyone, Skylar's on the show. Skylar, give everyone a hand. Hey. So Ava, how does it feel to be here on the show? What is your favorite memory or best time with Ava to date? What has been the best thing that made you smile like uncontrollably, like, oh my God?
When I say kissy kiss to her, she holds my face and she brings her face close to mine.
Aww.
Yes.
Now question, mommy girl or daddy girl?
Mommy's girl.
I don't think so. From the videos, she appears to be a daddy's girl.
Yes,
just like Skylar. Skylar loves her daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, Skylar if I say, Skylar, go and get me that, she has to get permission from her dad. I hope Ava doesn't put you through that. It hurts my heart to know that I prayed all this time.
Yes.
And she would not even do it for me. But she loves me. She loves mama.
Yeah.
And she's very attached. But it's so good. Ava's yawning, everyone. But everyone that's watching, this could be your story.
Yes.
I mean, to the woman out there who has lost hope, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ever ask, think, or imagine. And when you think that God is not there, He is there. Because during your journey, sometimes you'll feel that God is nowhere to be found.
I feel like you're all alone.
Like you're all alone, but even God moves so silently.
Yes.
And that's why He wants us sometimes to move that way.
Yes.
Very silent. Very silent. When we move silently and we seek Him, God now, He takes up a spot. Like He comes in and you feel His presence and you know that He is there. And now, the joy with me, with Skylar, is when I go to pray. I remember I used to go in my prayer room when it was just me. And then I started going in the prayer room when I had the embryo placed in. And then I went in the prayer room when I was pregnant. And now Skylar goes in the prayer room with me. Now we pray, but she doesn't last. Right. Skylar will say, Mommy, go over. And in a minute she'll be out sleeping. But it's a joy to have her. That's my favorite time with Skylar when we go in prayer. That's my favorite time to see her lift her hands up to the Lord and to pray. And she enjoys being anointed, and when we spray our spray from church, she just loves it.
Yes.
But Ava and Darlene, it is so good to have you all here.
Yes.
We know that Ava's going to visit the show. She likes the light. Look at Ava. Ava. Hi, baby. How you doing? Could Mommy repeat the verse for you? Darling, could you repeat the verse? I want people to see Ava at work. Make sure I get the camera on this, Christoph, where we just focus in on this beautiful moment with Mommy and daughter. Ava.
John 3:16, for God so loved the world.
There it is.
That He gave His only begotten Son.
There it is.
That whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
There it goes. Ava is so beautiful. Ava, so thank you. Thank you, Ava, for coming to the show. And God bless you, darling. God bless you. Thank you for coming on the show.
It was a
We
pleasure.
know that we would reunite again.
Yes.
We don't know when God allows us to. We will reunite. But have you met any good friends along the way during your journey?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I had roommates, friends. Even though I couldn't come out of my hospital bed,
Yes.
I had nurses who tell the next one about the next one. So we got our numbers and we encourage
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, so beautiful.
Yep.
So everyone, we're gonna sign off now, and we thank you for joining us for another beautiful session of Faith Talk. It is a pleasure having Darlene here. Of course, Darlene does not reside here in Nassau, so of course it's so good having her to be here with us tonight, and to have baby Ava on set and Skylar. But it's so good, Darlene. God bless you, and we will continue to pray for you and pray for Ava as she grows on from strength to strength and becomes a big girl. And one day Ava will come on the show and tell us all about her story.
Yeah.
So until next week, everyone, just special credits. I want to thank Cody for our makeup tonight. Darlene is glowing, and Darlene says she really loves Darlene. You got to turn to the side because we always show off the glow. Oh yes. Glow and Glamour, you got to follow her on Instagram. That's Cody Roll. Christoph for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set. And we just look so flawless on the screen, right? We look beautiful. And now my hairstylist, oh my God, I am always on fleek, all right? She got me together. And of course, my clothing out of my closet. Thank you. But until next time, join us next week for another powerful session of Faith Talk.
Yes.
So God bless you and good night.